Hello and welcome, Pisces, to your message for April. I'm so glad that you're here. My name is Nadine, if you don't know me, and let's see. We're going to look at your main energy today. We're going to look at your focus for the month and for your guidance for April. This is not going to be an extremely long video just because that is not what I do here, because the intention is to read the energy and give you actionable steps to move forward with that set energy. And that is why I'm here. So let's look at this. Your main energy is the World together with with the King of Cups. Sorry. This honestly to me suggests some sort of emotional maturity, actually. After a cycle has been completed, something is coming to a full circle moment here, and not necessarily, it doesn't have to be dramatically, right? For some of us, this could be an internal moment where just something comes to a full circle and you feel just more almost composed, I want to say, more aware of your emotions, less reactive than before. And this can look like understanding a situation differently than you used to. Feeling calmer about something that once triggered you. And that would be those very small micro things that I mean when I say the big changes are not always just this huge stuff that happens or these huge life-changing moments, but it oftentimes is little things like, hey, I understand the situation now and I do it differently than I did before, or I feel a lot calmer about the situation that has actually been triggering me for the past 6 years. Or you also recognizing that you've emotionally grown, and that is awesome. So the King of Cups shows this emotional sort of stability in a way. And I feel like the world is suggesting that you're sort of stepping into a new phase from that stability, especially the emotional stability. Your focus is the Knight of Coins and the Page of Swords. So that is interesting because this is about sort of a very grounded, careful, thoughtful progress. The Knight of Coins is usually very, I want to say, steady, patient, works on his stuff, and the Page of Swords is like observing and learning and curious and wants to learn new things all the time, and this is moving forward. So slowly and intentionally, I feel this is where you move forward in April. April also might ask you to just move intentionally, but while staying curious and aware of what is going on. So this could be very interesting. Could mean for you that you're taking consistent steps, for example, toward a certain thing. So something practical, gathering information before you make a bigger decision in your life. Or also you might be watching how things play out from a distance before you commit fully to something new. Now I would like to, it's like you don't need to rush. Like there's some steady progress, and there is enough of steady progress that you won't feel bored during this time. So let's look at what the guidance is, because there's a lot of cards that came out. We have the Ace of Cups, this Two of Cups, and the Emperor. So I find this very emotional, but also very practical. I almost want to say I find this to be very interesting because you've just outgrown or come out of a phase of eclipses, especially with Virgo and Pisces and that axis and all of that astrological stuff. So I feel, especially here with the Ace of Cups, the Two of Cups, and the Emperor, that's a strong combination for emotional openness. At the same time, there is a lot of indicators for structure. So is suggesting a meaningful emotional connection. And this could be with another person, or simply feeling more aligned emotionally with the work that you do or the things that are important to you. But the Emperor on the other end here adds some grounding to this specific situation. So it's almost like the guidance is asking you to not just emotionally go shoot your shot, but basically saying, okay, create structure around what you value almost. Yeah, the Emperor is someone who is responsible for, you know, historically speaking, for lands, and is very action taking and also boundary enforcing energy. And this might look like you setting healthy boundaries in relationships, work-wise, love-wise, what have you. I also feel that building something stable from an emotional connection could be very useful for you in April, and taking responsibility for what you want to develop in your life. So for Pisces, I feel April is a lot about closing a cycle with some sort of emotional maturity, I want to say. And it's moving forward in a very steady pace, while also taking responsibility for what you want to develop in your life. Very meaningful, very clear, structured energy here. And I feel that this is going to be very interesting for you to see. I'm very interested in to see what cycle is closing out for you. So if you want to drop that in the comments, I would love that. Especially what is also an emotional lesson that you might have learned over the past couple of weeks or month, that is now helping you to actually work on this with more, I want to say, curiosity, steadiness, being very open. So I feel like there's a lot of healing that has taken place for you, even if it was intentional or not, doesn't matter. But you definitely have a full circle moment here in April, which will then help you to be open and grounded for the next things that come to your life. If this resonates, Pisces, then I would highly encourage you to also look at your moon and your rising sign to get like a more well-rounded overview about the month of April. All right. If you like my content here, if you like what I do, I would really appreciate it if you like this video, follow along for more, or also visit me on my Instagram, where I talk about these topics also without the cards a lot. All right. I'll see you there. Bye.